This is my Xtreme Onechunk Ironman, Canifis chunk. I've spent over 5,000 hours in this account unlocking the map one chunk at a time. I've completed some truly insane grinds on this account, some of which you can see on screen right now, but after over 2 years, the rampage of Canifis chunk ended. Today, we'll be taking a look at what I've been up to on this account over the last few weeks in the lead up to Canifis chunk being permanently banned, as well as what comes next. But first, a word from this video's sponsor, Jagex. I play the game very slowly, but you guys likely don't have time for that and would prefer to watch me suffer instead. Well, how about playing the game quickly? Very quickly. Gridmaster is Old School RuneScape's very first community event, launching on October 15th and running for 4 weeks until November 12th, which means it is available to play right now as you're watching this video. Gridmaster is designed to blend both the power gains and relentless onslaught of content offered by leagues with the thrill of a grid-based collect-em-all style challenge. Every completed tile offers a range of rewards, all the way from XP boosts and quest completions up to powerful relics that warp the game as you know it. If you've ever wished your character was brutally overpowered within Old School, this is the event for you. And for the first time ever, Gridmaster is open to everyone, free to play included, being able to complete up to a full column to get a taste of the power that the grid will offer. If RuneScape has ever looked fun to you, but you haven't ever given it a go, this is the time to try. It's free and more fun than ever. Additionally, with a slew of main game cosmetic rewards on offer for those with enough grid points earned by the end of the event, there is no better time to give it a go. Try Old School RuneScape's new community event Gridmaster today using my link in the description. Thank you. Just as a reminder of what I am up to, in the last video I rolled the Falador West chunk. There are a few smaller tasks included, but the main one is to get the giant mole pet at a rate of 1 in 3,000. We hit 3,000 kill count in the last episode, so hopefully we can get that soon. Additionally, the chunk gave me a second tree farming patch, allowing me to massively accelerate my farming gains, something you'll note my excitement about throughout this video. Anyway, to the live clips. Now, with the increased XP I've been getting from the magic trees, and really not that many of them have died, here we go, getting 80 farming. That feels like a massive level to have on this account. Now, you got to bear in mind, I do have garden pies, so I do have the ability to do a +3 farming boost. But if you cast your mind back to all my previous chunk rolls, one of the chunks I've been by far the most scared of is this one, and it's because of the 85 farming requirement to plant and harvest a Torstal seed. And I'm now only 2 levels away because I need to get 82 +3 for the 85 that you need for Torstal. That is pretty nuts. And depending on the day, I either get 2 or 3 magic tree runs in, which can be anywhere between 52 and... no, that can't be it. It's 14 times 6, which is 84. So it's anywhere up to 84 or down to about 56, assuming all the trees survive, which they generally do. So we should have that in less than a week, however long that is for you guys, but less than a week for me, which seems nuts, no? That seems crazy. I can't believe I'm 80 farming on this account. That always felt like one of my weakest points, and now that we've finally got this tree patch, and we've got the tree patch over in Falador, we are doing well. Now, controversially, one of the coolest chunks that I think I could get next would actually kind of be Tavali, because getting this third tree patch here, that would be pretty epic, no? It would obviously put me 1 away from getting Herblore unlocked completely, which would stress me out. But having 3 tree patches, suddenly I'd be on like over 100,000 farming XP per day, which seems nuts. Obviously, this chunk here is kind of needed to get all my birds' nests, which is going to get me a whole load more farming XP. Not as much as you might think, but a decent amount. So that would be pretty cool. And then also we've got this herb patch down here now as well that we're not really that far away from. So that could also be another one where we need to plant and harvest a Torstal. But we're doing well. We're doing well. All that to say, 80 farming. I am either about to hit or have just hit 70,000 subscribers as you are watching this video. Thank you so much. I was aiming to hit 70,000 as it left me with 2,500 per month to get in 2026 to finish that year with 100,000 subscribers. So let's change the goalposts for 2025 and aim for 76,000 by the end of this year, leaving just 2,000 to get per month for 2026. This video popped up on your homepage. You probably think you are subscribed, but you actually probably aren't. So please check below the video if you are subscribed, and if you aren't, please hit the button. It will make this humble gamer's day. Thank you. So we've got our first 100 kills past the drop rate. So we're not immediately getting after the drop rate, and I've just got a real bad feeling that we're going to be in it for the long haul now, right? Oh, I've just got it in my head now that we're going to at least 7,000 kill count. I will be stunned if we get it before that. That's my gut feeling. Oh no, Dragon Spear! No, how rare is that? Oh my god, right, let's look that up real quick, because there's no way that's not the rarest thing, is it? Oh, that's alright, it's only a 1 in 10,000. Oh, that's over 3 times rarer than the pet. Oh, fucking do one. No! Oh, come on. Why am I like this, honestly? That's just upsetting. Oh, I just realised I hit 52 million ranged XP, which feels like a fucking shitload of ranged XP, no? Since when did we get to 4 times 99? That is bonkers. Hopefully we don't get too much more, because we get the pet soon, and then we roll a grind that doesn't involve me slamming something to death with a crossbow, webweaver bow, but 52 mil range XP. And for the 4th time at 3,365 kills, we need to fill our webweaver bow again. So that means we're 48,000 ether down on this grind, and it's not even a wilderness grind. What in the fuck? Please, 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 can we just get the pet soon? Oh, I just realised that we've gone over 10,000 nests in total, because we've got 3,300 and 6,600 and some change, respectively, between the moleskins and the mole claws, which means that we've got 10,000 nests to play with one day. Only slight problem is I definitely don't have 10,000 toad flax nor the means to get 10,000 toad flax, but I guess maybe if we roll a herb patch at some point, that won't be too much of a concern. So yeah, I mean, if we can, that's a lot of herblore XP. I mean, how much XP is it for a brew? 180? So just in nests, we've got something like 1.8 million herblore XP, which is actually a kind of crazy amount. We just need to hope that we get the toad flaxes for it now. Oh, hello. 113 range. I guess we take that. Christ, that is getting ridiculous now, isn't it? Oh my god, let it end. And I've just hit 3,500 kill count. So, yeah, we're well over 70% likelihood of having the pet by now, but I don't feel too bad about it. Limpwurt got this pet at around 7,000-ish kill count, so we're about half of that. Maybe we'll go even drier than that. Who knows? Right, absolutely massive level coming in right now, which is 82 farming, which doesn't give us anything, but oh yes, it does. And the thing that it gives us is, with my +3 boost of a garden pie, I can now plant and harvest a torstal seed, which is like one of the tasks that we've been very fucking stressed about the whole time on this account, because this chunk has just been sat here for a long time, like 50 chunk rolls. That chunk's been sat there not getting rolled, and it's been like a death chunk for me, because without the tree patches I had basically no means to get any farming XP. But now, due to our tree patch in Varrock and our tree patch in Falador, which are, let's face it, miles away from our starting chunk in comparison. I mean, look at this shit. Like, this is our starting chunk, and the farming patch is there. And this is our farming chunk, and these ones are all the way over here. So, getting those seeds, though, has been a game changer. And getting these patches has been a game changer. Because now, that task isn't scary at all. Which is fantastic, fantastic news. Because now, if I roll a herb patch, instead of it being a death chunk, it's a fucking great thing. Because it means that I can plant some of the herb seeds that I've got, of which I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, and get some herbs ready for my herblore grind, which nowadays is looking, you know, despite being miles and miles and miles away from our starting chunk, really quite close to happening. I just need to roll these 2 chunks here, and they're both rollable. So, you know, we could just roll the next 2 chunks, could easily be these 2, and then we'd be absolutely screwed. But yeah, 82 farming, that is a massive level, and I'm so looking forward to getting this pet now and just rolling a chunk, because even if we roll this chunk, right, I reckon it will take like 10 minutes, because I just need to plant all the stuff here and then just move on. So it's turned this chunk from a death chunk to a nothing chunk, which is very exciting. So I'm very excited to roll the next time. What's with all the stars off the side of the map? What? Since when's that been a thing? I've never, ever, ever seen that before. Why is there loads of stars, like, off the side of the map? Is that a thing everywhere? I've literally never, ever seen that. It's not this side. Why is it not this side? What? I'm so confused. So the stars over that side, but not over on the west side? I'm very confused. Oh, rune spear. What's the drop rate on that? That can't be much less rare than a dragon spear, no? Oh my god. Rune spear and dragon spear. What is the rate on the rune spear? We're looking at a tasty 1 in 4,000 for the rune spear. Fucking hell. Oh my god, the rune kite shield's 1 in 4,192, and I've had one of those as well! Oh my god, I've had all the drops that are rarer than the pet, other than the dragon med helm and the shield left half, which are 1 in 4,000, 1 in 8,000 respectively. So I guess we're looking out for those. Oh! Diseased! Diseased! I finally get to use my secateurs! Where are they? Come here, secateurs. Come here. Oh, it's on the final stage as well. Here we go, lads. Prune diseased magic tree. Saving myself. 13,000 magic XP right there. Oh, things you absolutely, say it with me, love to see. Here we go. This could be our 10th stamina potion. Grab the Torstal. Talk to Jekyll. Here you are. There's the stamina. And we have our 10 staminas. If we unlock construction now, we can actually do the run regeneration portal, which is quite a huge step because as far as I'm aware, it's basically in the middle of the kind of upgrade range. So you need these before you can move up to like easier ones like the Super Restore one. So that is absolutely massive to have 10 4-dose stamina potions. And also means that I now don't need to bother with Dr. Jekyll because I'm not in need of basically any potions. But having those out the way is massive. I'd just like to take a moment right here to shout out my boy Shamonkey, who is the first person to actually get a Canifis chunk tattoo. I thought it'd be me as a subathon goal, reward, punishment, whatever, at some point. But alas, it was him. Is he mad? Maybe. Is he a legend? Certainly. Thanks for taking Canifis chunk with you everywhere you go, Shamonkey. Now, something slightly sad is that I've run out of diamond bolts. Well, kind of. I do have these 15,000, which I could enchant and use, and obviously do also have all of these diamonds and diamond bolts and blah, blah, blah. And I do have the adamant bolts to match, but I don't really have many cosmic runes. I don't have a great means to get more, so I feel like wasting them enchanting a shitload of jewelry. Just, not jewelry, ammo. seems like a kind of ridiculous waste for just like the diamond bolt effect on Giant Mole, which doesn't really have like the most insane defense anyway. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is just downgrade and just straight up use these vanilla adamant bolts. Adamant bolts I can get more of relatively effectively at Soul Wars. Still, it was one of the few things on that table they didn't absolutely nerf into oblivion. And so I feel like just using these will be almost as good as the diamond bolts. I won't have to spend time making them, and they're going to take a long time to run out. 19,000, I think, diamond bolts got me up to nearly 4,000 kill count. So this many adamant bolts should get me to, what, another, up to about 16,000 kill count. If we make it to 16,000 giant mole kills, just don't. It doesn't even bear thinking about. And with this kill, we are hitting 4,000 kill count at the giant mole. So, drop rate is obviously a 1 in 3,000. And my account, as usual, decided that that's just a suggestion. And actually, we're going to go at least 4 figures dry of this pet. So, I guess we just start again. We're at 4,000. The drop rate is 1 in 3,000. Surely we get it before 7,000. That's at least the goal now. Yes, I did die to Giant Mole. Don't blame me. It's 20 past midnight and I fell asleep. And this isn't the first time that this has happened. Probably about the 3rd or the 4th. Hopefully I'm going to lock in now and get the pet tonight before I go to bed. So, another day has passed, and another day where we are out of ether. So, we'll just take one of each of these 5. I want to try and keep these equal. Let's get my chisel. How much are we going to get from all of these? Let's have a look. Oh, that was a juicy one. Oh, so one of each emblem that I've got, minus this one, which is the smallest one, I think, is 62,000 ether, which is pretty good. But we are now going to dump nearly 16,000 of it into my web weaver. I believe that that's the 5th time that I'm charging it, which would put it, I've used 64,000 ether. I've used 64,000 ether whilst doing this. That's so upsetting. But yeah, there we go. Onwards and upwards, and hopefully a pet soon. And here we go with 83 farming. You can now grow spirit trees and get double magic roots. Pretty cool. Only 2 more levels until we actually hit 85 proper, which feels like a very big milestone. Yeah, 83 farming. Oh, I've just noticed for the first time that the drop value has gone above 100 million GP. It changes because the real-time value of these changes. So right now it's using 6,084 as the value multiplied by all of these. So in total loot, we're at 106 million GP from killing the giant mole. Like, what on earth is that? Why am I like this? Surely we get it before 200 mil, right? No! No! Oh my god, that's the only drop we've been missing! The Dragon Med Helm, 1 in 4,000 drop right there. Oh my god, why can't we just get the pet? I think that's everything now, isn't it? I've had the Rune Spear, I've had the Dragon Spear, I've had the Dragon Med, I've had 2 Rune Kite Shields. Oh my god. Just give me the pet. Oh, I totally forgot to record a clip for it, but we just hit 4,500 kill count at the Giant Mole, which puts us at 1.5 times the drop rate, or about a 22% chance to not have the pet at this point. So, yeah. Hopefully we never make it to 5,000 or 9,000 or 15,000, but maybe we'll make it to all of them. Now, the morning after the clip you've just seen, Canifis Chunk was permanently banned. This is a really, really tough video to make. When playing one of these Xtreme Onechunk Ironman accounts, there's always a feeling of pressure. You know, the pressure to go bigger and harder, the pressure to keep up with people like Limpwurt and Verf, and, you know, in attempting to do that, I've let myself down, and let my family down who rely on this account, and I've let you guys down, most importantly, the viewers, right? There's always a temptation when faced with, you know, big grinds to try and take shortcuts. And, you know, over the last few weeks, few months, you know, that pressure has been higher than ever. And, you know, I'd just like to take this time now to say that I'm really, really, really sorry to all of you that have supported me, and most of all, I'm sorry that this hasn't happened sooner. What do you mean? It took 2 whole years to get banned on this account. Have you seen the shit that I do? I killed 44,000 hellhounds to get a smouldering stone that I can't even use. I killed 82,000 revenants to get a pretty useless mace. I killed 2,500 venenatis and then immediately switched and started killing 5,000 giant mole. The reason that this hasn't happened sooner is that I'm not grinding hard enough, but I intend to change that. I am a bot.
I am Canifis Chunk.
Yeah, so obviously I've not been botting. It was Jagex mistake to ban me, but I honestly don't blame them. Do you? Like, look at the ridiculous shit that I've done on this account and consistently have done on this account for 2 years. The ban was quashed in less than half an hour after I peeled, so, you know, the anti-cheat team don't often get a lot of praise, but, you know, well done to them, because honestly, I would prefer them to be a bit overzealous and then unban legit players when it's made obviously, you know, when they make it obvious that it's legit after the fact, then just leave bots running rampant. So, yeah, well done to them. Glad to be unbanned. Back to the live clips. Now, I must say, I'm glad that I have my account back. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, you know. This account only provides financially for me, my wife, and my 3 kids. But I'm glad to have it back. And I've not learned my lesson, because we're going straight back to mole and just killing infinity more of it. 4,600 in a couple of weeks was clearly not enough. But it was enough to get banned, but not enough to get the pet. But I'm glad I got the account back. And yeah, we're back. How exciting. I wasn't that worried, like, you know, compared to other people, I was in a relatively good spot because I stream basically this entire account live over on kick.com/FrayRS. Come and watch if you can't get enough Canifis Chunk and want to see some more. Stream like 8 hours every single weekday over there. But yes, I wasn't that worried. Like, obviously there was like infinity hours of video proof of me playing the account, right? And any suspicious behavior they saw would have been, you know, explained within those videos. So I'm glad they quashed it, and I'm glad I can get back to it. And hopefully, you know, with a little bit of an account reset, with it being permed and then unbanned again, I can get this mole pet sooner rather than later. Right, big news, lads. I've been doing some giant mole, and I've just spotted that my tree patch in Falador is diseased. But luckily, I went and got these secateurs from a farmer in one of the last episodes, which means that I can use them, and I can save the tree! Feel like a fucking activist right now. Come on. 14,000 magic XP. Saved. Right there. Oh my god, that was massive. That was massive. That's the second one of those I've saved, which is like 29,000 XP. That's ludicrous. Oh, that's literally made me happier than anything else. That is the moment that I live for in these, in this chunk. That is the best thing that happens in this chunk. How sad is that? Oh, this is rather exciting because we're getting a lamp, and with this lamp put on Slayer, we're getting Level 46. Doesn't actually unlock anything, but it does put us one step closer towards getting level 50 for Blood Veils, which is one of the ones that we're aiming for. 52 for Jellies. Do they drop a unique? They must drop a unique. The one that would be really cool to get would be Aberrant Spectres, because I think they would actually help me quite a lot with the Herblore grind potentially, but that's a long way away. 60 lamping is a long way away, but the Slayer grind might be a long way away. So maybe we'll get there. Time to charge the Webweaver bow again. Can't remember which time this is, but we're spending a lot of ether on this thing now. I think this might be the 5th time or the 6th time. But either way, 80,000 ether, 96,000 ether, something like that. That is crazy. But surely we get it on these 16,000 charges, right? And so, because I am the way that I am and simply refuse to get drops for any reason ever, we are now hitting 5,000 kill count at the Giant Mole, which does look incredibly cool, both in the game chat and on the widget. And we're no closer to when I started. You know, this was the one drop we had to get, one collection log slot we had to get that wasn't guaranteed, like the claw and the skin, and we haven't got it. So essentially I've just done 5,000 kills for free, and we're starting at our first kill count on the next kill. Can we get it in the next 5,000? Are we going to make it to 5 digits? I mean, this is the highest kill count I've got on any boss. Before this it was Vetion, about 4,500. But now we're going into uncharted territory. I don't know if I've ever got a kill count this high on any boss, on any account. Like even my 2 maxed main accounts, I don't know if I ever made it to 5,000. But yeah, pretty monumental number. But there's nowhere to go but onwards and upwards to the next milestone. Let's go. Oh, hello. I just realised that we've hit 10,000 mole skins on the tracker now. I haven't actually picked up that many because I sometimes leave them on the floor in favour of other drops like U-logs or whatever. But 10,000 dropped. I genuinely thought, though, you got 2 to 1 on the kills to the thing on average. Obviously, it's 1, 2, or 3 per kill. So you would assume the average would be 2. But I've consistently been behind the entire time by about the same ratio. So I'd be interested to know the maths on whether it is supposed to be 2 to 1 and I'm just unlucky, or if there's some other maths at play there. And there is 84 farming. Wasn't paying attention when I actually got the level. You can now get quadruple U-roots. Sadly, I don't need to do that, but it is absolutely flying up. Flying. I think we're going to run out of magic trees at around the 87 mark. But I'm definitely enjoying doing this whilst I can. Farming's been one of my skills that's been low since forever. So finally it not being so feels really fucking good. 5,300 kill count. Do you know what? The higher it gets, the more I'm enjoying just looking at the massive number. This is like really the epitome of big number go up right now, and I'm quite enjoying watching it go up. And I'm quietly hoping me saying that is the catalyst to this grind ending. But it won't be. We all know it won't be. And there is 5,400 kills. 1.8 times the drop rate. Getting pretty dry. Looks like a pretty cool number. Let's keep going. Now, I've ran into a bit of a dilemma, which is that we're basically out of range potions. I've got 10 left, but I really don't want to use them all. And I mean, 10's only going to get me, I don't know, 100 or so more kills, 150, 200 kills, something like that, which isn't that many. And I prefer to keep them just in case I roll something like Callisto next, which would be handy to start with some. So yeah, I'm going to save those. But or something like King Black Dragon or something where having them is going to be a bit more handy than just speeding up mole kills. So now I need to decide on what my method is going to be for the Giant Mole. Is it going to be continue with this range setup without the ranging potions? Or would I be better without ranging potions to use something else? I don't know, Vigorous Chainmace uncharged so that I'm not using ether. or bring the Darox back, or use magic again, or some other combination of these things. I don't actually know. So I'm going to do some thinking, I'm going to do some theory crafting, and I'll get back to you with an answer soon. So you may be surprised to see me going with this setup, the magic setup, and there's a couple of reasons for this. So the DPS with the web weaver bow and no range potions is with range potions is 4.3. Without range potions, it's 3.5. This setup is 2.7, which is worse. It's like, I don't know, 20% worse than the web weaver, but it is crucially about exactly the same as a rune crossbow, so not that bad. But there are some advantages to using this setup, which is that splashes with magic don't count in the same way as zeros do with range, right? If you hit a zero of range, it still counts as a hit and the mole still has a chance to dig. Fortunately for me, though, I can also defense drain the boss with the Accursed Scepter. And if I do, the DPS shoots up to 3.2, which is actually only 0.3 worse than the Web Weaver without the Accursed Scepter. And I wouldn't be using the Accursed Scepter if I was using the range setup. Throw into that the fact that the splashes don't count as a chance for the boss to dig, and suddenly this strategy doesn't actually look too bad. So obviously I'm hitting all right now, but the next time that I do a splash like that, that didn't count as a chance for the mole to dig, which means that the boss will dig less often, which means I'll spend less time sprinting around the cave trying to find it and wasting less time in that regard. So I think unpotted, magic is possibly slightly better and certainly more chill. So yeah, I'm going to use this for a bit, see how many kills per hour we're getting. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near the sort of 35 to 40 we were getting before, possibly around the 30 range, but we wouldn't be getting the 35 to 40 that we were getting with range anyway. Additionally, our usage of ether was becoming a bit of a problem. Well, it wasn't becoming a bit of a problem. I still have like 500,000 left, but it could have become a problem, and I prefer not to use it if the upside isn't massive. When the DPS upside was 4.3 versus like 2.7, yeah, that's nearly double. That's way worth it. But now, without range potions, it's nowhere near that. So suddenly, just using blood runes, which we've got an absolute metric fuck ton of, looks a lot more viable and a lot more attractive to me. So I'm going to start using the magic, see how we get on, and I'll be back with you, hopefully, with the pet clip next, but if not, some kind of update. Side note, though, does this gear setup not look absolutely phenomenal? I look like my dream character from about 2008. Like, the full Arims, the Infinity Hat, which is literally my best in slot because it draws with the Arims hood. The prayer cape, the master one, the mage's book, the infinity boots. I look like such a goat. This gear setup might be my best gear setup just for vibes that I have, I think. Just look at it. It's stunning. Prayer cape, honestly, that thing's a joke. I mean, I just got 5 kills in 7 minutes. That's decent. What? 8 times? That's like 40 kills an hour. Maybe I should have been doing this the whole time. Oh no. It's so much more chill as well than the range. I'll tell you what, if that kind of kills per hour keeps up, I'll kind of be happy on the one hand because my kills per hour hasn't slowed that much. Well, at all. And then fuming on the other that I've not been doing this the whole time. When I did this before, it was like 30 kills an hour. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Right, huge news, everyone. I've been told that I can make it so that I can pick up the runes automatically into my rune pouch using this rune picking behavior thing. So now when I pick up these blood runes, they go straight into the pouch. How nice is that? That's pretty good, because that means that I'm like saving inventory space, because almost every trip you get some kind of rune, either air or blood, that you need to pick up, and so putting those straight into the pouch would be pretty good. Right, I'm midway through a test on the kills per hour. We're 18 minutes in and we've got 12 kills, so not too bad. But we just hit 5,500 kills, 500 more until we hit double the drop rate. Of course we're going to hit double the drop rate. Like, I feel like that's a given at this point. But how soon after that are we going to get it? Right, so we've just finished our little test, and over the course of 1 hour, I got 38 kills with Mage, which is like 2 less than I was getting with the range and Mage method. Maybe even about the same in real terms, like, you know, when I was slacking off and stuff. So actually, pretty happy with the Mage technique, and a little bit gutted that I wasn't doing this the whole time, because instead what I've done is pissed about 200 ranging potions down the drain. But at least it means that now my kills per hour is not massively down on what it was before. The audience on this series has grown quite a bit lately, and so I thought it worth making it known again. I live stream every single XP gained and every single boss killed on Canifis Chunk every weekday at kick.com/FrayRS. Trust me, if you think watching me get big drops like the Vetion Pet, the Smouldering Stone, or the Treasonous Ring were good in video form, in live form, the hype is unmatched. Drop a follow over there if you can, and I'll be live on Monday. See you there. Oh, no! No! Ah! Oh! The fucking curved bone! Get in the bin! 1 in 5,000 curved bone, you taking a piss! Come on! Yo, you're joking! That is a piss take. Oh my god. Fucking curved bone. Right, want that mole skin more. Let's go! I'm so pissed. Now, I've ran into a little bit of an issue, and the issue is that my Arims is rapidly breaking. I didn't know that this stuff degraded whilst not in combat, like, you know, if you're safe spotting stuff, but apparently it does. Which has rapidly accelerated its breaking. And so we're going to swap over to the Infinity Robes. Little bit of DPS loss from these, not too much, so it should be all right still. Bit gutting about that, but we now look even more epic, I think is fair to say. We're definitely a Mage Training Arena final boss, that is for sure. Yet again, we find the magic tree almost entirely grown but diseased, and we are pruning it for our free 14,000 farming XP. I absolutely love these clips. I'm pretty sure this is like the 3rd one so far, but oh, God, it hits different. And with this tree being harvested, we are getting 85 farming, which is a massive level. You can now access the Farming Guild high tier. You can grow a Celastra tree, and crucially, you can also grow Torstal. That is an absolutely massive level, because that turns this chunk that before I got these tree patches was like the deathest of death chunks into a chunk we actually want. Because if I get this now, it's so much Herblore XP getting banked, you know. I've got big amounts of seeds in the bank. Not as many as you might want for like 99 Herblore, but again, much like everything else that I've got, it's like a contribution, you know. So like, you know, when I did Vetion, for example, it was like, oh, you're getting some herbs, which is like, let's have a look. So grimy herbs, like I don't have that many, but things like, you know, 3,500 Ranarweed is decent. 1,800 Dwarfweeds, it's decent. And if we take a look at the seeds, you know, these ones up here aren't too impressive, but 800 Harrowlanders, 300 Iris, 200 Avanto, 300 Ranars, 100 Snapdragons. These are going to end up being a lot of herbs one day, and so if I can get that herb patch and just start cashing these in and getting more and more and more of the grimy herbs, maybe the Herblore grind won't be as bad when we roll it as it could be. Now, one of the downsides of using this method is that the mole is obviously weak to earth spells, and I don't actually have loads and loads and loads of earth runes, so I'm back at the Aubrey shop. Maybe instead of buying 10 million air runes that time, I should have brought like 2 million of every elemental rune. I don't have to be doing things like this from time to time. Luckily, though, I do have this shop, and so essentially, alongside the cash that I've got from Venenatis and such like that. And Venenatis? From Revenants and stuff like that. I essentially have unlimited elemental runes. It just takes a little bit of time to gather. And in entirely predictable fashion, I have just hit 6,000 kill count at the Giant Mole. 3,000 kills since this video began. Why is Canifis Chunk like this? Why do I always do this? Why can't we just get the drop at a reasonable drop rate? I don't really know. But, yeah, I really don't want to go much drier than 2x dry. I don't know what the rate is to have it by this point, but my guess would be somewhere between 85 and 90%. So, pretty unlucky. You know, back to back with Venenatis, where we were 1 percentile unluckiness on that. So, yeah, hopefully we get it before we go 3 times dry. 9,000 is now the point where this is really going to get out of hand again. So at this point, I think it's worth probably just ending the video here. We have now done the drop rate for the Giant Mole twice, and are still no closer to actually getting the pet, which is really crazy. When I did that first kill a long time ago, we were just as likely to get it on that kill as we are on the next one, and we are no closer at all, which is kind of crazy to think. But what we do have is access to nearly 18,000 mole parts, which one day, if I roll the chunk east of the one that I have just rolled, this one, if I roll this one here, that can be converted into 18,000 birds' nests, which is a fucking load. Like, if I can get that and then unlock Herblore, that is a lot of Herblore XP, and crucially, a lot of Saradomin brews that can be used for future PVMs. So we are sort of stacking a useful resource, but it does hinge on me rolling this chunk. If I never roll this chunk, or I roll it too late, these are worth nothing, or nearly nothing. So, yeah, I mean, how much are these actually worth on the Grand Exchange? Holy fuck, 113 mil between them. That's crazy. I guess that just goes to show how valuable they are in the right hands. But alas, I may not have those hands. I may well be the wrong hands. But yeah, we'll end the video here. It's been a fun one. I hope I get the mole pet soon. You will see another video from me before the end of the month. And I'm hoping that it's going to start with getting the mole pet and doing another chunk roll and rolling something interesting. So, yeah, thank you for watching this one. Oh, hilarious that I got permanently banned, right? I really just didn't expect that. But when it came up, I was like, I'm not even that worried, because I was like, I've streamed all of this stuff, and I also know doing all this stuff is mental. So I know that I'm going to be able to prove that, you know, I haven't done anything untoward, and I can see why they've done it, because this account is ridiculous. But yeah, hilarious that happened. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, as always. Also, a huge shout out to the channel members who, as always, at the Torva tier are DevTX, Sinfalls, and VMP Corp. Patrick Wright, Jean Scallon, Talfane Fuckless, and Tommy Rocks at the Amethyst tier, as well as everybody else at the lower tiers. It is so much appreciated, everyone. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you, everyone that watched, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Oh, remember, follow my kick down below. It is really helpful when you guys watch the stream, and I promise, when you do and you see me hit those drops live, it's so much better than when you watch on the video. Just trust me. So yeah, follow me down below. Link below. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.